Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going deep on the work of a true AI pioneer,
Oh, yeah.
Richard Hartley.
Absolutely.
You're going to learn how he kind of helped computers, see the world the way we do in 3D,
Yeah.
which is a big deal for self-driving cars,
Yeah.
AR filters, all that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
okay,
it's,
ready to dive in?
yeah, I think it's fascinating how easy it is for us as humans to just see depth.
Yeah.
But getting a computer to do the same thing?
Right.
That's hard.
It's really hard.
Really complex.
Yeah. So who is this Richard Hartley?
Well...
And how do you figure out 3D vision for computers?
So he's an expert in computer vision,
Okay.
geometry, and robotics.
Wow.
Always loved math and engineering, even as a kid.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so that led him to AI.
Yeah, so like a real builder.
Yeah.
Figuring out how things work at the most basic level.
At their core.
Yeah, but how did that help computers see in 3D?
Well, one of his biggest contributions is the concept of multi-view geometry.
Multi-view geometry.
Yeah, so think about it. We have two eyes. Each gives us a slightly different perspective.
Right.
Hartley showed how computers could use multiple 2D images, taken from different spots, to mathematically reconstruct a scene in 3D.
So like giving computers depth perception.
Exactly.
Like us.
Yeah.
But that can't be easy.
No, it's not.
Right.
One of his key breakthroughs was something called the
8-point
algorithm.
The 8-point algorithm.
Still used today.
Wow.
In computer vision.
Okay.
To estimate what's called the fundamental matrix.
Okay.
Which basically describes the geometric relationship between two views of a scene.
So it helps computers figure out how those 2D images relate to each other in 3D space.
Exactly. And there's some pretty heavy math involved.
I bet.
Yeah. You can actually represent the principle with an equation.
Okay. Hit me.
Pi xj, a lambda xj.
All right.
Where pi is the camera projection matrix.
Okay.
Represents the 3D points. And serves the scaled 2D image points.
Okay, that looks intense.
It is.
But I guess you need that level of math.
You do.
To teach a machine something as complex as 3D vision.
You need that precision.
Right. And the amazing thing is
that it's not just theory.
Yeah.
It's used in tech we use all the time.
Okay, well, that's what I want to hear about.
Yeah.
Give me some examples of how this math is being used out in the real world.
Okay, so self-driving cars.
Yeah, self-driving cars.
They use cameras to capture images from different angles.
Okay.
And then using algorithms based on Hartley's work, their computers create a 3D model of their surroundings.
So that's how they see.
Exactly.
To navigate, avoid obstacles?
Yeah, like pedestrians.
Other cars.
All that.
Wow, so when I see a self-driving car cruising through traffic, I can thank Richard Hartley.
You got it.
Multi-view geometry.
It's all connected.
For making that happen.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And it's not just cars.
Drones use his work to make really detailed 3D maps.
Really?
Yeah. Imagine a drone flying over a disaster area.
Okay.
Taking pictures that could be used to create a 3D model.
Wow.
For rescue workers.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah.
How powerful that tech can be in those situations.
It is.
But I gotta admit, those AR filters.
Oh, yeah.
Still the first thing that comes to mind for me. Is that Hartley's work too.
It is.
Yeah.
Because those filters need to understand the 3D shape of your face.
Yeah.
To place those virtual objects.
Right.
Whether it's a funny hat.
Right.
Dog ears.
Right.
That all goes back to multi-view geometry.
Okay.
And the ability to reconstruct a 3D scene from those 2D images.
So Richard Hartley helped build the foundation for this whole world of 3D computer vision.
Absolutely.
But it sounds like he didn't stop there.
Nope.
You mentioned that he also knew a lot about robotics.
He did.
And machine learning. How did those fields come into play?
Great question.
Hartley, he was really forward-thinking.
Okay.
He knew that to make systems that could really see and interact with the world, you needed more than just geometry.
Yeah.
You needed machine learning.
Now, machine learning is one of those buzzwords I hear all the time.
Right.
But can you break it down for me?
Yeah.
Like in simple terms?
So imagine a computer program that learns from tons of data.
Okay.
Images, text, you name it. And based on what it learns, it can make predictions.
Okay.
Decisions.
I see.
That's basically machine learning.
Okay.
It's about training artificial neural networks, which are like systems modeled after the human brain.
Interesting.
To find patterns.
Okay.
Make sense of complex information.
So did Hartley see machine learning as a way to like enhance his geometric approaches to computer vision?
He did.
Or even replace them?
Well, that's what's so cool about Hartley.
Okay.
In AI, you sometimes have this tension between people who prefer the more traditional geometric methods,
right,
and those who embrace machine learning.
Okay.
Especially this subset called deep learning.
Deep learning.
Yeah. But Hartley didn't see them as competing.
So he was a bridge builder,
yeah,
bringing these different schools of thought together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He started finding ways to actually integrate deep learning into his geometric frameworks.
Yeah.
Like in computer vision, you often need to pick out specific features from images.
Right.
Traditionally, this relied on handcrafted geometric features.
Okay.
But Hartley showed how you could use deep learning algorithms to learn these features automatically from data.
So instead of programming every detail, he let the deep learning algorithms figure it out.
Right. And it wasn't just about making things easier.
Yeah.
It actually made things work better.
Wow.
Deep learning could handle the more nuanced parts of visual data, while the geometric frameworks provided that structure for understanding spatial relationships.
So best of both worlds.
Exactly.
And created something even more powerful.
Yeah, he did.
What a legacy.
Incredible.
But Hartley's influence doesn't stop at his research.
It doesn't.
And his technical innovations.
Yeah.
He also co-authored a book called
He did.
Multiple View Geometry in Computer Vision. That's had a huge impact on the field.
Huge. Well, he wrote a book.
He did. Like a textbook.
Yeah, it's like the definitive textbook.
Wow.
For anyone studying computer vision.
So he wasn't just a brilliant researcher.
No.
He was a teacher, too.
Yeah, shaping the minds of future AI experts.
It's amazing to think how many AI breakthroughs today came from students studying Hartley's book.
Absolutely countless, I'm sure.
But it's not just about the theory.
Right.
Hartley's work has had a real impact on the world.
A real impact.
We've touched on a few examples.
Yeah.
But his legacy goes way beyond self-driving cars and AR filters.
Oh, yeah, it goes much further.
I'm all ears.
Okay.
Tell me more about how this work is changing the world.
Okay, so for starters, it's revolutionizing medical imaging.
Medical imaging.
Think about algorithms that can analyze 3D scans with incredible accuracy.
Wow.
That means doctors can make diagnoses faster and they can be more accurate.
So we could be talking about saving lives with this technology.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
And we can't forget about safety on the roads as self-driving systems get more advanced with the help of Hartley's algorithms.
Yeah.
Fewer accidents, less traffic.
That's a game changer.
It is.
I'm seeing the bigger picture here.
Yeah.
This isn't just cool tech.
No.
It's about improving people's lives.
It is.
Are there other areas where his work is making a difference?
Well, his work has also led to improvements in security cameras.
Okay.
And facial recognition technology.
Ah, facial recognition.
Yeah.
That's a topic that always sparks a lot of debate.
It does.
It raises some big questions about privacy and how it's used. How did Hartley's work fit into those discussions?
Well, Hartley's research on multi-view geometry and 3D reconstruction has unfortunately been used to develop more advanced surveillance systems.
I see where this is going.
Yeah, like systems that can track people across multiple cameras, even in crowds.
That's a little unnerving.
It is.
The potential for misuse is definitely there.
It is.
And while Hartley himself was all about responsible AI development, it's true that his work has been used in ways that raise ethical questions.
It has.
About privacy, autonomy, the potential for discrimination.
All of that.
It's complex.
It is.
No easy answers.
No.
It feels like every tech advancement comes with its own ethical challenges.
It does.
That we as a society have to figure out.
We do.
So while we can celebrate the incredible things Richard Hartley's work has made possible, it's important to look at how those advancements are being used.
It is.
And make sure they align with our values as a society.
Absolutely.
Well said.
Thank you.
As we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I'm kind of in awe of Richard Hartley's contributions to AI.
Yeah.
But also really aware of the ethical challenges that come with that progress. What are your final thoughts on Hartley's legacy?
That's a good question.
Knowing both the brilliance of his work and the potential downsides of how it's been applied.
I think it's a legacy of, amazing contributions. Yeah. But also these really important questions. Right. Hartley really changed how we think about computer vision. Yeah. Giving machines the ability to see the world in 3D. Right. Like we do. his work has driven so much innovation, leading to all these advancements in self-driving cars, medical imaging, robotics, so many fields.
It's amazing to think about the ripple effect of his work.
It is.
You know how those initial ideas have had such a huge impact?
A huge impact.
But as we've said, there's also a downside.
There is.
This potential for these powerful technologies to be misused.
Right. It's like the paradox of progress.
It is. We unlock these amazing capabilities.
Yeah.
But they often come with consequences we didn't intend.
Yeah.
Hartley knew this. He always talked about responsible AI development.
Right.
He understood that we need to think about the ethical implications of what we create.
It's a reminder that scientific progress isn't just about pushing boundaries. It's also about having these thoughtful conversations about the potential impact of what we're doing.
Exactly.
You know, it's about asking ourselves not just, can we do this? But should we?
A very important question.
And I think that's what Hartley's story shows us so well.
It does.
His work forces us to really look at the ethical dilemmas that come up when we give machines human-like abilities. And this is more important now than ever.
Absolutely.
As AI keeps evolving so fast.
At an amazing pace.
So as we move into the next part of our deep dive,
I think it's worth thinking about what Richard Hartley's story teaches us.
It is.
About the nature of scientific progress.
Yeah.
The importance of ethics. And how we all played a role in shaping the future of AI.
We do.
We all have a part to play.
Absolutely.
We're back and ready to dig deeper into those challenges and debates you mentioned.
Yeah.
Surrounding Richard Hartley's work.
Okay.
You talked about some pushback from the AI community.
Right.
What were the main sticking points?
Well, one of the most interesting debates was about the role of computational geometry in this age of deep learning.
Right.
Like we talked about, Hartley was a master of computational geometry, using math to understand and rebuild that 3D world.
Right.
But with deep learning getting so big, some people wondered if those traditional geometric methods were kind of becoming less important.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Deep learning seems to be everywhere these days.
It is.
Getting some pretty amazing results.
Yeah.
In different areas of AI.
Absolutely.
So were people saying Hartley's focus on geometry was getting outdated?
There were definitely some folks saying that deep learning's strength is that it can learn these complex patterns from huge amounts of data, and it often doesn't need those explicit geometric models.
Yeah.
Some people thought that this data-driven approach was just more powerful, more flexible, especially for things like image recognition and natural language processing.
But Hartley, he always saw the value in combining different methods, right?
Exactly.
He believed in bringing deep learning into his geometric frameworks.
He wasn't afraid of new ideas.
Yeah.
He knew that computational geometry and deep learning both had their pluses and minuses.
Okay.
And he saw the potential for these hybrid systems that could take the best of both.
So it wasn't about one replacing the other.
Right.
It was about making them work together.
Working together.
Like a dream team of AI techniques.
Exactly.
That's cool.
And that's what a lot of researchers are doing now. Building those hybrid systems. Combining the structure of computational geometry with the pattern recognition of deep learning.
I see.
It's a really exciting area of research.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
So even with these debates about the role of geometry in the deep learning world, Hartley's work is still important.
It is
still influential.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
His work on multi-view geometry and 3D reconstruction.
Right.
That's the foundation for so many of the advances we see in computer vision today. Even in deep learning systems, you'll often find parts of Hartley's work embedded in there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like his works become part of AI's DNA.
I like that.
But you also mentioned some criticisms of his work.
Right.
And I'm curious about those.
Okay.
Were they purely technical?
Well,
or were they about other aspects of his research?
One area that's been criticized, and rightfully so, is how his work has been used in things like surveillance and facial recognition.
Yeah, those technologies
definitely
bring up ethical questions.
They do.
How did Hartley's work factor into all of that?
Well, Hartley's research on multi-view geometry and 3D reconstruction, unfortunately, has been used to develop more advanced surveillance systems.
I see.
Yeah, like systems that can track people across different cameras, even in crowded places.
I can see how that's a problem.
It is.
The potential for misuse is huge.
It's definitely there.
And while Hartley was a big advocate for responsible AI,
he was.
You can't deny that his work has been used in ways that raise those ethical questions about privacy, autonomy, and discrimination.
All of that.
It's a tough issue.
It is.
No easy answers.
Not at all.
It seems like with every step forward in tech, comes a whole new set of ethical dilemmas.
It does.
That we have to grapple with as a society.
We do. It's a constant conversation.
So we can applaud the amazing advances that Richard Hartley's work made possible.
Yeah.
But we also have to look at how those advances are being used.
We do.
And make sure they fit with our values.
Our values as a society.
Exactly.
That's a really important point.
Well put.
Thanks.
So as we finish up this part of our deep dive, I'm left with this sense of awe at what Richard Hartley did for AI.
Yeah.
But also a stronger awareness of the ethical challenges that come along with it.
They do.
What are your final thoughts on Hartley's legacy?
Good question.
Knowing both the brilliance and the potential downsides.
I think it's a legacy of both, amazing contributions and those thought-provoking questions.
Yeah.
Hartley really changed how we think about computer vision. Giving machines that 3D perception, like us.
Right.
His insights have fueled so much innovation.
They have.
Things like self-driving cars,
Yeah.
medical imaging, robotic, you name it.
It's amazing to think about how those early ideas
It is.
have had such a huge ripple effect.
A huge effect.
But we have to acknowledge that other side, too.
Right.
That potential for misuse.
Yeah.
It's the paradox of progress, right?
It really is.
We unlock these incredible powers.
Yeah.
But there are often unintended consequences.
Right.
Hartley knew this.
He did.
He was a voice for responsible AI development.
Yeah, a strong voice.
Throughout his career.
His whole career.
He knew we had to be careful about the ethical side of things.
Absolutely.
It's a reminder that scientific progress isn't just about pushing the limits of what's possible.
It's more than that.
It's about thinking carefully about how our work impacts society.
It is about the impact.
And that's something Hartley's story really brings home.
It does.
His work challenges us to confront those ethical questions.
It does.
That come up when we give machines these human-like abilities.
Yeah.
And that conversation is so important now.
More than ever.
As AI just keeps advancing faster and faster.
It's incredible.
As we go into the last part of our deep dive,
I
think it's worth reflecting on what we've learned from Richard Hartley.
It is.
About the nature of scientific progress. The importance of thinking about ethics. And the role we all have in shaping what AI becomes.
We all have a part to play.
So we've explored Richard Hartley's incredible achievements.
We have.
His groundbreaking work in 3D computer vision.
Yeah.
And those ethical challenges that come up.
Right.
When you apply his research in areas like surveillance.
It's a fascinating area.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's been a fascinating journey.
It has.
And I'm curious to hear your final thoughts on Hartley's legacy.
Okay.
As we wrap up this deep dive.
I think it's a legacy marked by,
Yeah.
Both his profound contributions and these really thought-provoking questions.
Yeah.
He changed how we think about computer vision.
He really did.
Giving machines that ability to see the world in 3D.
Like us.
Like we do.
It's amazing. And his insights have fueled so much innovation.
They have.
Advancements in self-driving cars.
Right.
Medical imaging. Robotics.
Yeah.
Countless other fields.
So many.
It's amazing to think about the ripple effect.
It is
of his work.
Yeah.
How those ideas have had such a far-reaching impact.
Such a huge impact.
But as we've discussed.
Right.
There's a darker side to the story, too.
There is.
The potential for misuse.
Yeah.
Of these powerful technologies.
Yeah, that potential is there.
It's that paradox of progress, isn't it?
It is.
We unlock these incredible capabilities.
Yeah.
But they often come with unintended consequences.
They do.
Hartley recognized this.
He did.
And advocated for responsible AI development.
Throughout his career.
His whole career.
Yeah, he really emphasized that.
He understood that we need to be mindful.
We do.
Of the ethical implications.
Absolutely.
Of our creations.
Of everything we create.
It's a reminder that scientific progress.
Yeah.
Isn't just about pushing technological boundaries.
No, it's more than that.
It's about having these really nuanced conversations.
It is.
About the potential impact.
Yeah, the impact on society.
Of our work.
Exactly.
It's about asking, not just can we do this.
Right.
But should we?
That's the important question.
And I think that's what Hartley's story highlights.
It does.
So well.
Yeah, it really does.
His work compels us to confront these ethical dilemmas.
It does.
Head on.
Yeah.
Especially as we give machines more and more human-like capability.
Especially now.
And that conversation's more relevant than ever?
Absolutely essential.
As AI just keeps evolving at this crazy pace.
It's moving so fast.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the world of Richard Hartley and 3D computer vision, what key takeaway would you leave our listeners with?
I think the biggest lesson from Hartley's legacy is that connection between scientific progress and ethical responsibility.
It's all connected.
It is.
His work shows us.
We can't separate the pursuit of knowledge from thinking about its impact on society.
We can't separate those.
That's a powerful thought.
It is.
And it really resonates today.
Yeah, more than ever.
As we keep pushing the boundaries of AI,
absolutely,
we need to remember that every breakthrough, every innovation comes with the responsibility to use that power.
That power.
Wisely and ethically.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well said.
Thanks.
And ultimately, I think that's Richard Hartley's lasting legacy.
I think so too.
He not only revolutionized computer vision, but he also challenged us.
To think differently.
Think deeply.
To really think about it.
About the implications of what we create.
Absolutely.
It's a reminder that the future of AI. It's not just about technological advances.
It's about more than that.
It's about shaping a world where those advances actually benefit humanity.
That's the goal, in a positive and meaningful way.
I love that.
It's a perfect note to end on.
It is.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
My pleasure.
Into the world of Richard Hartley and 3D computer vision.
It was great.
It's been enlightening.
It has.
And I hope our listeners are leaving with a sense of wonder.
Not wonder.
At the potential of AI.
Absolutely.
But also a renewed awareness of the importance of ethics.
Yeah, that ethical side is so crucial.
As we navigate this rapidly changing landscape.
It's changing every day.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.